Welcome back. Well, a corporate minimum tax resurfaces as Democrats hunt for money to pay for President Biden's massive spending agenda. Senate Democrats have proposed a 15% minimum tax on companies with at least $1 billion in profits. Democrats say it would affect about 200 businesses. It would raise hundreds of billions of dollars, they claim. Joining me right now is Missouri Congressman, House Budget Committee ranking member Jason Smith. Congressman, it's always a pleasure to see you. Thanks so much for being here this morning. What do you think has the biggest shot of making it in this bill in terms of the pay-fors, Congressman?
Maria, this is a socialist tax and spending bill that Joe Biden and Washington Democrats say that will cost zero. If it costs zero, why are they searching all over for every offset and every pay-for and every tax increase that they can? This corporate minimum tax that just was released yesterday evening, it's only targeting the 200 biggest companies, yet they're allowing all the deductions for anything that they agree with, all their green climate items. In fact, the deductions could be so much that it's actually a net tax break for them under this proposal. It just doesn't make sense. It just shows how this bill is rewarding their wealthy, corporate, environmentally friendly individuals.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because Joe Biden was trying to sell it the other day as a tax cut. So maybe that's what he meant. It was a tax cut for billionaires.
Well, in fact, there is a tax cut. Whenever you look at this new SALT cap removal that they have just suggested in the last 2 days, it will actually create a tax cut for the top 1%ers. You're looking at almost $35,000 per person who are in the top 1%. Of course, they want to target the 700 billionaires in the United States, but guess what? If you're still super wealthy and you're a 1%er, they want to give you a tax cut in this legislation.
So, I mean, really, Senator Joe Manchin is also taking on the IRS snooping proposal, Congressman. I got to get your thoughts on this. I don't think we've spoken about this, but, you know, this IRS plan to spend $80 billion to hire 80,000 new auditors so that they could surveil our bank accounts has been creating rage and outrage everywhere. Here's what Joe Manchin said the other day about this, saying that it's a no-go in this final spending bill. Listen to this.
The President and I had this conversation. I said, Mr. President, I don't know who put this out and how it got screwed up. When they said basically we're going to start looking at $600 transactions. Even if it's $10,000, right. Okay, that's only $800, $900 a year. And I said, do you understand how messed up that is? To think that Uncle Sam's going to be watching Trenton and what it does for bankers and this and that. I told him, I said, Mr. President, I don't know what happened. This cannot happen. It's screwed up.
So, Congressman, you wrote about this plan in your weekly column last week. You said that preventing powerful agencies from targeting political opponents should be a bipartisan issue. But the Democrats are leaving no stone unturned when it comes to finding ways to pay for this socialist spending agenda. What is this about, this snooping situation, Congressman?
Maria, this spending bill's turning into the Titanic, and it is sinking. It is bipartisan when you just hear the comments. What Senator Manchin said is that we're not having it. Think about this. They originally started out with a proposal that if you get $600 into your bank account or you spend $600, then the bank has to report those cash disbursements, expenses, and withdrawals to the IRS. Then they changed it that, okay, it's a total of $10,000 within a year. Guess what? If you spend $28 a day for 365 days, that's $10,000. This is about targeting all working class Americans so that the IRS will make sure that you're paying every cent. And if not, they're coming after you. This bill has $80 billion in it to hire 87,000 IRS agents to keep an eye on your bank accounts.
Unbelievable. Brian, jump in here on this proposal, which has gotten pushback from banking groups, from executives across the board. It's a page right out of the CCP playbook.
Yeah, Congressman, here's what drives me nuts about this. They're not walking away from it because they realize it's bad policy, because they realize it's an invasion of privacy. They're walking away because they got caught. because the American people saw it and realized exactly what they're doing. This issue may go away, Congressman. It's not going to be the last time that Democrats try this with this legislation. And yet I bet nobody's read the bill. Nobody even knows what's in it, Congressman.
Thank you so much.
Well, think about this, Brian. This bill is over 2,400 pages. That's twice the length of the Bible. Twice the length of the Bible. Once the American people start figuring out all the different details in this, they're going to continue to dislike it. And that's why you're seeing Senator Manchin, Senator Sinema opposing this, and Democrats within the House of Representatives growing in opposition every day, is because their constituents is figuring out how they are deeply impacted by this socialist tax and spending spree and how it will devastate their businesses and their families. And the American people ain't having it.
Well, Congressman, I still don't understand why Republicans voted for the infrastructure plan when there's only 11% of infrastructure, not a penny for defense, not a penny for the border. And by the way, that money that is going toward Amtrak, is that for the pension plan of Amtrak or is that for Amtrak tracks?
It's a terrible bill. I mean, think about this. In that infrastructure bill that you were just talking about, of the $650 billion of new spending, Maria, just right at $400 billion is not even paid for. We're facing the highest inflation in our country since 1981, and they want to continue to spend like drunken sailors and not pay for it. That will only fuel the fire.
I mean, to pay for Amtrak pension fund as opposed to the actual infrastructure, it's just another gimmick. Congressman, it's good to see you. Thanks very much. We'll keep following all of that. Congressman Jason Smith with us this morning. We'll see you soon, Jason. Thank you.